Hey, welcome. This is John Murphy with the Citrus County Chronicle, where we're sitting down with those candidates that you're going to see on your primary ballot. And one of those races that you're going to see on the primary ballot is for Citrus County Court, not to be confused with Circuit Court. We're going to talk about that separately. Those are three races, and those are different people. But here I'm with Lisa Yeager today, who is one of the two folks that you're going to see on the ballot for Citrus County Judge.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Is that the official title, Citrus County Judge?
County Court Judge.
County Court Judge. There we go. Very good. So Lisa, tell us a little about you, about your candidacy. What should folks know about you when they're kind of considering who to vote for?
Well, first of all, I am a sixth-generation Floridian. I'm from the Kissimmee area. I moved to Citrus County after I graduated from law school. So in 2001, I moved to Citrus County. I have two children. My son is a graduate of Citrus High School, class of 2020, the COVID crew.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you know. And my daughter is a Citrus High graduating class of 22. My son is an apprentice lineman, and my daughter is a senior at the University of Tennessee. She's in the ROTC program, and she will be, I have to put this right, because I think I was saying enlisting, but it's commissioning with the United States Army. I kept saying enlisting, and she finally corrected me and said, Mom, no, I'm commissioning.
Commissioning as an officer, right?
Right, she's
yes.
Commissioning as an officer. She will actually be going to Fort Knox, Kentucky in a couple of days. She starts her, I don't know if it's officer basic training, officer candidate, some kind of training. She'll be up there for a few weeks. So, but I've been an attorney for 24 years. All of that here in the Fifth Circuit, almost every bit of it in Citrus and Hernando counties. I am a prosecutor. I've been a prosecutor a total of 14 years. I did about a little over 3 years at the state attorney's office. When I first began, the summer of 2000, I left the state attorney's office in January of 2004, and I went into private practice. But while I was at the state attorney's office, I handled all kinds of cases, as something as simple as a simple petty theft up to attempted murder. Back in the day, we didn't have specialized divisions. If it wasn't a first-degree murder and it fell on what was considered your docket, it was yours. Okay. Yeah. So then in private practice, I handled family law, child support, child custody, small claims civil. I did some criminal defense. I represented parents in dependency cases. That's where DCF comes in and takes their kids away. On occasion, I was appointed as the guardian ad litem for a child in those dependency cases. I stayed in that role for almost 10 years. I was 2 months shy of 10 years in private practice. And then I decided to go back to the state attorney's office. It's where I called home. And, you know, you get so comfortable with something and you know you really like it. So I went back to the state attorney's office in Citrus, and I started out as the juvenile prosecutor here. I was in that role for almost 5 years, and then I was transferred to Hernando, and I've supervised new attorneys, training them, trying to get them ready to handle dockets. I've also, of course, handled a regular felony docket, and I was moved on to the Special Victims Unit, sex crimes, crimes against children, and that is what I'm doing now, but now I'm actually doing it in Citrus County.
Okay.
So I'm back, you know, where I live. Very
good, very good. So what would you say, what's that thing or things that distinguish you from your challenger in the seat, right? What are those differences? What should folks really consider when they're looking at the two of you as your candidates?
Well, first of all, I would say Ms. Thomas has 11 years as an attorney. I've been an attorney for 24. So, you know, experience-wise, length of time, I've been an attorney more than twice as long as she has. But, you know, when I was in my career earlier on, I knew I wanted to be a judge. Whether it was a county court judge or a circuit court judge, I knew that was what I wanted to do. So I sat down, you know, with several of the different judges. I mean, as I stated, I've appeared in front of judges in Citrus, Hernando, a little bit in Sumter and Lake, and I think a couple in Marion. And I've asked the different judges, how do I put myself in the best position? What can I do to be prepared? And basically what I was told by everybody that I've asked is, number one, don't just do one area of law. Don't just, yes, you've been a prosecutor, but you're only bringing one side to the table. So that's part of the reason why, I said, I'm going to go in private practice. Let me experience the family law side, because prior to leaving, I didn't know anything about it. But the diversity, having that different knowledge, different experiences. But the big thing everyone said was get in the courtroom, because you can learn stuff, the book, any kind of book knowledge. You can read up, you can learn, but the courtroom is where you get your experience. I know when I graduated law school, you think, oh, I'm ready, I'm good to go. You don't have a clue. You go to, when you come out of law school, if you go to one of these small firms, they always put you, well, any of the private firms, they usually put you in an office, you're doing some researching and writing. In fact, I had a good friend for about 4 years, that's all she did. And she would call me, oh my, Lisa, I'm going to do a deposition. And I'm thinking, girl, I've got somebody in prison for life. I've already done trials. What are you talking about? So it's just the differences. And I would say that between the two of us, I have 24 years in the courtroom. She has 11 in an office. She's been a staff attorney, and not diminishing that at all. She's done a lot of researching and writing, but she hasn't been in the courtroom. And I think that is the most serious difference.
Okay. Very good, very good. Well, again, Lisa Yeager. Lisa is going to be the one of the two folks that you're going to see on the ballot for Citrus County Judge.
County Judge, yes.
County Judge, right? And so I want to talk just for a second to the folks, and just you're also going to see 3 other judge races on your ballot. Those are the 5th Judicial Circuit judge races, right?
Right.
And so what does that mean? So Citrus County is part of the 5th Circuit, and that's a 5-county area. Citrus County is one of them. It's the smallest of the 5. These judges could be anywhere within the county. Right now, their seats are going to be probably outside of Citrus County, but it doesn't matter. They still ultimately will handle cases within the 5th Circuit, which is Citrus County. So that's those 3 races are, and what we're talking about with Lisa today is the county judge position. So I just want to draw that distinction a little bit for folks.
Our position will simply be here in Citrus.
Exactly. And handling a different level of case load as well.
The circuit judges will handle, circuit civil, anything over 50,000. Foreclosures, they will handle definitely different aspects.
Exactly. So speaking about the primary, I cannot say it strongly enough. Get out there and vote. We have a primary election where most of the local races will be decided in the primary. Yeah. And it's a universal primary, especially for judge, right? Yes. That's a nonpartisan race. So that means that whether you're registered as an independent, Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. Your ballot will have the judge race on there and several other races as well. So make sure you get out. Early voting will begin on August the 9th and run through August the 17th. And then, of course, we have Election Day, which is from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on August the 20th. Lisa, thank you so much for being with me today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely.